Hello coffeeholics, welcome back. Today we are going to make iced brown sugar shaken espresso, but this time we are not going to use the espresso machine. So it's not exactly espresso, but we are going to make this with affordable ingredients. We're going to make use of instant coffee. For the ingredients, I'm going to use this Nescafe. You can use any coffee brand that you have available to you. I'm going to use brown sugar, and this time I'm using granulated sugar, not sugar syrup, so it's a lot easier. I'm going to use 3 different types of milk. First one, I'm going to use fresh milk. This is actually a UHT milk. And then the second one, I'm going to make use of powdered milk. And finally, the third drink, I'm going to use evaporated milk. You might ask, why are we making these 3 different options? Well, some of you have asked me, what if you use powdered milk? How will the drinks taste? Is powdered milk okay for your coffee drinks? In terms of price, they are about the same, with the fresh milk slightly more expensive than the other 2. Powdered milk is also not very cheap. When I did my costing, the price differences are actually marginal, with the fresh milk being the most expensive. But then again, it is marginal. For the gadget, we're going to make use of a shaker because this is supposed to be a shaken espresso. I'll keep it simple. I'll just use the shaker. For the drink today, I'm going to make use of 22 ounces cups, but I'm going to make use of these glasses so they will look absolutely stunning. For the first drink, I am going to use my powdered milk. Now, there are many available brands in the market for powdered milk. In the Philippines, you have Birch Tree, Alaska, you have Bear Brand, you have Nido. But this one is a brand from Thailand, and usually in the packaging they will tell you how to mix the milk. But for my purpose today, I am going to use 2 tablespoons of the powder into 100 milliliters of hot water. So I'm going to prepare that first. I'm going to get my hot water here, 100 milliliters. And then to this, I am going to add 2 tablespoons of my milk powder. Of course, the more powder you use, the better it is. But then if you'd like to be consistent, make sure that you just use the same amount, okay? And now I'm going to mix this together, and this will be our milk for the first iced brown sugar shaken espresso. Okay? It is smelling good. I haven't had powdered milk in a long time, but this has been requested, so I'm going to show you exactly how it is done. Okay? Now, let's prepare our drink. Because we're using a 22-ounce cup, I'm going to use a lot of instant coffee, 1 tablespoon of instant coffee. And to this, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. 2. And for this, I'm going to use room temperature water. I need 2 ounces or 60 ml of room temperature water. Now, I would recommend that you use room temperature rather than hot water so that your coffee will not turn out to be bitter. So I'm going to mix them all together before I add my ice and shake. For the ice, I would suggest you don't put a lot, just a little bit here, because you want this to be the topping for your drink. Now, we are going to shake. And let's see what you've got here. This is our shaken espresso. Add your milk. We're going to use powdered milk here. Iced brown sugar shaken espresso using powdered milk. On to our next drink. I'm going to use the same proportion here, 1 tablespoon of my instant coffee, and then 2 tablespoons of my brown sugar. $60 ml of room temperature water. Stir. Add a little bit of ice there. And we are going to shake. And you have our shaken espresso here, beautiful. Now to assemble our drink. Cup, full of ice here, and I'm going to this time use my fresh milk and pour my brown sugar shaken espresso. Iced brown sugar shaken espresso using fresh milk. For my last drink, I'm going to use evaporated milk. I'm going to add about 100 ml, 90 to 100 ml of evaporated milk. The same recipe, we're going to use 1 tablespoon of my instant coffee, 2 tablespoons of my brown sugar, and finally we're going to add 60 ml of room temperature water. Stir. Add some ice, and we are going to shake. Right. Let's see how it looks like. Beautiful. Glass full of ice, add the milk, and our shaken espresso over. Well, there you go, 3 deliciously looking iced brown sugar shaken espresso here with different types of milk. So it is the moment of truth. We are going to try each one of them, and does it matter which milk you use, okay? Let's start with the one using a powdered milk. Okay, it tastes milky, it tastes coffee, and I could taste the brown sugar. I must say it's like a perfect balance there. You will notice that most of my recipes will have a balance between the milk, the main ingredient, coffee in this case, and also the ice. The ice, when it melts, it becomes the liquid for your drink. So I always keep that balance. So don't worry when I put a lot of ice. Some people say I put a lot of ice, but in reality, that is part of the recipe. Now this one is using my fresh milk. The taste of the coffee here is more pronounced, stronger. And now let's look at the one that uses evaporated milk. This one, I can taste the evaporated milk quite strong, but it is also creamy, very creamy. It really depends on the type of milk or the brand of milk that you are using, but somehow, in this case, I would rank them as actually the powdered milk as being the best tasting of all, followed by the fresh milk. The evaporated milk, I'm not sure why, but I'm using this Carnation Evap in this packaging. Somehow the taste of the evaporated milk is very, very strong, so I could hardly taste the coffee here. Maybe it's too creamy, and whereas on this one, it is just the balance, the perfect balance of the coffee and the milk. This one, the taste of the coffee is stronger. This one, the taste of the milk is the strongest. Well, there you go. I suppose you have to take your pick. There's only one way to find out which one works best for you. Give these a try. But what I'm trying to say here is that it is okay to use any of these 3 types of milk to make your iced brown sugar shaken espresso. And of course, without having to use an espresso. So you might as well call this iced brown sugar shaken coffee. Instant coffee and brown sugar. This is something that you can add to your existing menu, something that is absolutely trending on the internet at the moment. This is a favorite drink amongst many. Of course, it is popularized by Starbucks. So if you have any questions about any of these recipes, do let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to click that subscribe button for more of these video tutorials. I'll see you again next time. Thank you for watching. Ciao for now.